Alcoved Agonies. Below Cooper Square, the January lateness lies cold in doorways. Men, alcoved in agonies, sprawl their lives outwardly upon an inward world, as if bottled in a dream preferred. Often, dreams, however holy watered, are unable to pass through doorways, like the cold of January lateness and the anointed agonies of men. As once was. Any more as once was an altarward child with rose petals strewing amid belling smiles of loftish ringing, any more as once was with dreamish of ringing, though seemeth this not of squeamish leaning towards pleasantry nights of caring, for love is an ungrateful house guest. These dead, in memoriam Jackson Pollock and Franz Klein. The old ones are dying, their canvases speak mutedly on past progressions, now cliched about their studios like obsolete words in 10th edition dictionaries. The old ones know death before it comes. Their painterly expressions become muddied by impastos laid too thickly upon the recurrent inadequacies of their emptying efforts. The old ones die. The whining dealer makes haste to his cellar. Meanwhile, the new ones industriously go about the business of exhuming the dead, whimpering while they work. Many of these new ones heed not the signs swifted before their minds' eyes, are but a part of hearing signs. Thus, when done is said, and signed signatures are but names to cast about in quarries without fines, these new ones wander by the gravestones of the great in a mental way station of despair, and dare to dream of death. From a Harlem morning vantage. An umbresque exterior here, weathered facades are apathetically graying older as the haze lifts this morning to its feet. Dwelling on a rue redundant sea, for cool, Confederate, Coon Clan, or crying can be coarse, and who can afford to be uncool in an age of conditioned airs? So careful is told us, lest the way out be found like Ellison's Lucide or Jimmy's jaunt, better his returning reason. 2. The people below are poor and usually buried by their city. Unknowns to the 500,000th power, these, brothers of brothers and sisters like them too, can be seen walking ghost-ized in mornings like this. In mornings like this, walking, talking on how someone's next dollar will find their palms or arms. The sight of bleak facades in dying often wends water to well-fed pools, and school is never out. One square, a curious composite called pad, sink tub, famished linoleum, second-hand washers, flood, and 2x2, and Noah. Invisible walls and cracked dignities, counting Gregors. A gas that flickers faintly, if at all, and if thing this, no phone to ring, corner barber shops in session, day-round calculus crowd their waking hours with numerical night dreams. Daytime hysterias flog fettered fifth heads, Cadillac pads are for sleeping, pool pads do thriving. To know enough is not enough. This business of sloozing must be won. In hungry states, stomachs are not necessarily empty. Epidermal hours play tricks with minds angry. Repercussions sound in the morning's black print. For the incited, these words are merely a colossal construct, tampered tabloid truth. In hungry states, the power will be augmented by the awareness that emancipation will be with us for a while. Is reason to be ransacked until the way out day enlists integrated burials? Hasn't Arlington's Abbey 2 new abbots? The disappointment of the come thy kingdom will be done in many colors. Life amid the madness of Uncle Colt. Few blues. Stacks of paperbacks against whiteless walls foliate the landscape of this incubal enclosure. Above, at the perimeter of my left eye, curtains hang sienna'd by the neglect of other importances. A rueful Perot looks downward from his clipboard perch, as if easeled too long in this pagan pasture, where Bacchus boards and Coleridge no doubt would have lengthened Kubla Khan. The lady utters a cantata in praise of morning heartaches. One more chance to realize that it's the unsung that makes the song. From where the blues? Strange this combat that selects its soldiers. From where the blues? The feeling knows my ways and stalks them, like the black cat there with the yellowed eyes. I too know the wishing for forgetfulness. As altar is for Bill Commodore. Change as circumstance may be of curious courses, as though, as if, were indubitably uncertain ones aren't. Constriction. Constricted in the non-committed compounds of the mind, a cobalt black-like being weathers haunts as yet unknown and taunts through a chemistry of thought that changes courses imperceivably, seeming as if a bird in flight, a word forgotten in the wind's want. What pain counsels this retreat into the sylvan down of wombs? What never ever stand causes such manifest stasis to ride only upon that movement the earth provides? Often the setting mind like dusk adjourns, as though it had another alternative, to seek, to find, a lance to pierce the possible. Often a wish defined like lust returns, as though upon an altar blood is broken, as meat is right and doing pagan crucifixion. Abstractions abound about the abysses of a mind blinded by the cataracts of curt concern, while pain sits porously on a pedestal, being pecked upon by the wind's want. As relay. Weary was when coming on a stream in hidden midst the amber adornment of fall's birth. Here near edge of rippling soundless leaves and eddy eyes with trickling forest thighs in widening youthful nippling scenic creekless. In this boundless vastly hours wait in gateless isn't fleshly smelling muchly as a golden. On the crustish underbrush of where no one walked were unwindish rustlings, musting thoughts of ill-timed harvest. And as we lay, and as we lay, as we lay, and as we lay, and as we lay, and as we lay, and